Hey, I'm Patrick from the Wise One Movement. I'm here with Ree and we're going to talk about some nutrition.
Hi, I'm Ree. So a lot of the questions I get asked, especially around this sort of environment where we're doing lots of exercise and performance, is sort of how to eat the best to get a certain goal, whether it be to build muscle, to lose weight, to be stronger in terms of performance or whatever. So probably the first thing that I would say is to eat the highest quality foods. And when I'm talking about the highest quality foods, that's the foods that are the least processed. So that could be in terms of your carbs, so really high quality carbs like brown rice, quinoa, buckwheat, and things that aren't so exotic and more normal, like probably sourdough, whole grain bread. And then good quality proteins as well, eggs. You've got some organic meats. What else? We've got lentils, legumes, and then fats as well. So the most easily digestible fats are the ones that have been the least processed as well. So things of coconut oil, olive oil, even butter. So as soon as we eat them, we're going to be able to digest them really easy and use them where we need to.
So if I was trying to increase my performance, would I be better off carb loading or would I be better off sticking to, a strict lean, high protein diet?
Okay, so in terms of carb loading, that's basically like a lot of the carbs we use for energy almost instantly. So we often will carb load just before we have a big event or just before we exercise. So we might, half an hour before exercise, we might have a banana or something like that. So it's really great, carbs are really great to get almost instant energy, but if we want to be able to sustain that energy, we sort of need to build ourselves up to that anyway. So we need to have a high quality diet before the event, like 2 weeks before or longer. We're supposed to be eating well if we want to do well in events anyway. So fats and proteins are the ones that are going to give us that long lasting energy. So they're the ones that are going to get us through like these long events anyway. So I would probably stick to a high fat, high protein diet while still getting the high quality carbs in there as well, but focusing a lot on the types of protein we're eating, the types of fats, and then just before exercising and during exercise, that's when we're getting the carbs in there as well.
Right, sweet. And if we're trying to lose weight, a lot of people say that you should cut out all the carbs from your diet to get the best weight loss performance. Is this something you should do if you're trying to go for that goal?
So one of the reasons why people struggle to lose weight, or they might put weight on in the first place, is possibly a reason we don't really attribute to putting on weight, and that is we're not eating enough food. So basically, when we store weight or we store fat, is just a mechanism for survival. So basically, when we're not eating enough, so we're not getting enough calories in, our bodies are essentially starving. So what do we do when we starve? Is we want to pack on fat because we don't know when we're going to essentially get that next meal, or so that's just, and so we can use that fat as energy then. So what we can do, which is one of the best things we can do to actually lose weight, is increase our metabolism. And how do we do that? Is by eating more. So I think one of the best things that we can do for health is forget about calorie counting, is forget about focusing on little amounts of food, because we need to eat more. We need to essentially put wood in the fire for it to burn. So again, you need to think about the types of food that we're eating. So high quality fats, protein, carbs again, and eating foods that we recognise actually as food, and we're not going to store it as fat.
So what do we need to know about nutrition surrounding like a workout, like eating before and after workouts?
Sure, so that's one thing I think a lot of people miss out on as well, is that they'll go into a workout and not properly fuel beforehand. And so they'll get halfway through their workout and they'll have no energy left, and they'll just feel flat, and they won't be being able to achieve what they possibly could if they just fueled their bodies before. So probably the most important thing is, like I said before, carbs. So carbs is going to give you that instant energy. So something like even half a banana to a banana, depends on what you can actually tolerate before you exercise. Some people can't tolerate a lot of food beforehand. Even some just rolled oats that have been soaked in water, say overnight or whatever, just so softened up, really easy to eat. A couple of fresh dates, just anything that's going to give you that instant energy. And then it depends as well. Like if you have a big event weekend, you might want to be carb loading or putting a lot of carbs in your body throughout that whole entire event. You don't want to be getting a lot of proteins and fats are going to, be harder to digest and stick in your gut for a long time, and make it hard to exercise with. So after the exercising, then potentially within half an hour, we want to be able to get some protein straight in there to rebuild your muscles and put back into what you took out during the exercise. So something like even a protein shake or something that's going to get into your muscles like straight away. So you don't want a lot of fat at that time either. So preferably within half an hour to an hour, you're going to be getting lots of protein in. And then after that, that's when you can start to have a meal. So that's when you can have your breakfast or whatever, and that's when you can have more of the fats.
All right, and how important would you say nutrition is as part of your training routine, like the ratio of training to nutrition and eating?
Mm-hmm. So, well, I'm a nutritionist, so food's everything to me, but I think we sort of underestimate the impact that food can really have on our performance. So, we can see here just part of the Wiser movement that so many changes and so many people have made so much progression since they've started to really use food and start to eat cleaner and stuff like that as well. So it's not just, the weight loss side of it as well, but it's also, being able to build proper muscles and being able to actually perform out there. So I think nobody really understands how good they can feel until they really start to eat well. And so again, I think no matter what your goal is, whether it be a performance-based goal, whether it be a weight loss goal, food is probably the number one thing to look at, especially if you're stuck in a rut for such a long time and you're not being able to get past that 60 kilo snatch. And, that can really be the difference.
All right, thanks, Ree. Stay tuned for our next Wise One movement video on nutrition.